Good morning and welcome to Winnipeg. Welcome to a bright and sunshiny Winnipeg. Not quite as smoky as we've had it the past few days. And the sunrise this morning, well, it was sort of, you know the saying, red skies in the morning, sailors take warning? Well, it was one of those sort of ominous sunrises. Maybe I'll do something with it and put it at the end of today's episode. And now, this turned out pretty good. I'll put the macro lens on after and we'll look at what I call the meld. I think that's about, you can hardly call it a weld when you're talking about plastics, right? Anyway, now, several comments came in saying that they think there has to be a railing on that lower platform. So I haven't taken another look here yet, but I think that what I'm going to do is I'm just going to peruse ahead in the manual and see why is it that I didn't see that railing. I'm wondering if possibly the Missouri kit has the railing on the lower. Now I am almost dead positive that the detailing kits that you buy, they're going to have the railing. Maybe that's what people are thinking of. But I just didn't see it yesterday. Anyway, enough of that. Now, another thing I want to do later is about the pizza. And tomorrow is pizza day. Now, today we finally had the right mug. We got the Iowa mug to match the Iowa kit. But tomorrow is the special mug. Yeah, the pizza day mug. And I was thinking, how much did that pizza cost that I made? That big... Well, you know, it wasn't the largest in diameter that I ever made, but it was by far the heaviest. Probably, I'm guessing, close to twice as heavy as any other pizza I have ever made. Anyway, I was thinking, how much did it cost? And I thought, you know what? I can figure out accurately how much it cost, because all the ingredients that was in that pizza, even the onions, are on my grocery slip, because I bought them all from Superstore. I'd run out of almost everything. Yeah. Okay, now let's just... well, first of all, let's put the macro lens on and look at this. Otherwise, I'm going to forget to do it, and you're going to get to the end of the video, and you're going to say, hey, Ron, you were going to show that, and you never did. Well, that's the way it goes. I have lots of good intentions, and I kind of run out of enthusiasm or forget or something. Anyway, let's just put our macro lens on here. We've had a lot of fun with this, haven't we? Yeah, it showed up a lot of mistakes, hasn't it? Let's stick it on. Okay, well, we're looking at our meld here. I might be cutting today's episode off just a little bit early, and the reason being is I want to get started on doing something about my bicycle seat. Yeah, it's just not comfortable. I would like to have something sort of like a Vespa motor scooter style seat. You know, that kind of thing. At least that's what I'm thinking of right now. Something that would be a little bit more comfortable. In fact, a lot more comfortable. Anyway, yeah, this meld turned out pretty good. You can see here, you know, it looks like it's kind of wet there, but that's not. That is hardened sprue goo. Yeah, that's a very strong joint. Now, of course, I could break it off, but I mean, we're not going to do that, though, are we? Hopefully. Okay, let's quickly try and peruse ahead here a little bit. We should be able to finish 38 today, I hope, except for the painting part. Okay, so here we go. Step 40. Now here it shows a railing being put on, but it's not being put on. Oh my goodness, another bird. I had one yesterday hit the window, and Yeah, that was too bad. It happened when my neighbor was over for coffee, and poor thing, it died. It was a greckle, he said. Uh, like a blackbird, or isn't that a greckle? Anyway, yeah. Okay, so here we've got this railing. It goes on the upper piece. Where's something better to point with here? Here we go. Okay, yeah, it definitely goes on the upper one. So then we move ahead. Like step 41. You don't really see it here. Well, yeah, you do. This is it right here. The upper one, there is nothing on the lower one. Nothing at all in step 41. If I think of it, I'll superimpose a larger image here on the side of the off to the side, so you can see it. Okay. Step 42. Where's our unit here? Okay, this will be it here. It's sort of buried with parts. Let's see if we can let's get right to the very end here. If it's not shown in the end, it's just not there. Okay, here's the last step. I can't really you can't really see anything, but as near as I can tell, it's not on this particular kit, because it should be, we should be putting it on at about the same time as we put this railing on in step 40. That's when we should be doing it, and it's just not there. I'm sorry, it's not there, and it's not on step 41 either. So if I think of it, I'll check I do have the Missouri manual in the computer, and I'll check and see if maybe the Missouri kit has it. Okay, we have wasted enough time on this. Okay, here we are in step 40 of the Missouri's manual. I've got it in my computer, and here's that railing. This is almost an identical drawing to what the Iowa manual has, but you can see this piece here goes on the upper platform. Okay, now I do have a surprise for you. This is actually going somewhere. Here we are in step. Well, I guess it would be the next step. It doesn't. The number's not here. Whoever did the photographing didn't get the whole page. It doesn't matter. Can't expect them to be as good as me. Ron. Okay. Anyway, it's not here, right? That's where it should be. No, step 42. Step 42. Where is that thing? I guess we're the other way around, maybe. Let's just back up here. Yeah, we're looking at it from the other direction. The bow is a way out this way. And I cannot see anything there. Okay, let's keep going down. Aha! Look at this. Another piece of railing. It's called Photo Etch B1. I'm going to check my frets and see if I've got B1. If I do, well, maybe we could stick it down. But it shows that it goes right down there on the bottom platform. Now, I did not see anything like this in my manual, unless I'm blind in one eye and can't see out of the other. Okay, now here in the next step 44 of the Missouri manual, you actually see it. It's in place. Okay, so we've beat this to death, haven't we? Let's move on. Now, when I brought my bike into the house last night, after going out for a ride, very short ride, I went to the store only to find out that the store was not only closed, it was out of business. Okay, let me get rid of this. Now, I thought I'm going to see if I can isolate that noise, that clicking sound that was bothering me. And at first I thought, well, maybe it's this hinge here. For instance, there's a hinge here so that you can fold your handlebars down to make the bike smaller to get it into the back of your car, which I might be doing. Yeah, okay, so it turns out it wasn't that hinge. Just let me zoom in a little bit here. Okay, the noise is actually coming from this joint right here. Here's another joint that you're supposed to be able to release, and then you can raise the handlebars up. I don't know why anybody would want them any higher, but the noise is coming from right here. Let's see if I can get it to reproduce it now. Now that I moved it, it might not do it anymore. Well, it's kind of doing it. So I'm noticing that there is an adjustment on the, let me see if I can turn this here. I don't want to knock my tripod over. Okay, yeah, there's an adjustment here. So I can take it up just a little bit, make it a little bit tighter so that when I clamp it shut, it's clamping even more. And then maybe what I'll do is I'll raise it up just a little bit for, see, that's all the way down. I'll raise it up about 1/4 of an inch here, so it's someplace different, and it won't be in the exact same place. And then well, that's almost too tight. I hope I'm not going to break something. Okay. Well, I can sort of make it do it. You know, it could be that the shaft that's going down into the tube here, you know, the handlebar stem, is going down to the tube and it's rattling back and forth on the inside. Maybe I should take it right out. Take this whole thing right out and put a tiny little bit of tape or something, you know, around the end of the tube so that it doesn't. See if I can get it to reproduce that. Okay, enough nonsense here. It wasn't this anyway. Or was it? Oh, for heaven's sakes. No, that doesn't really sound like it. It was more of a metallic clicking sound. I suppose I could move this so it's more out here. Either that or take it off altogether. Yeah, it doesn't have to be right there. Yeah, that might be alright. I could try it with, like, you know, I could go for a ride without this on there and this tightened up and see if it's any better. We have wasted enough time here. Let's move on. Okay, I admit it. I am blind in one eye and can't see out of the other. Here we are on step 43 of the Iowa's manual. And here it is. All right, I was wrong. You know, it's only the second time in 76 years I've been wrong. And the first time was when I thought I'd made a mistake. So that's not too bad. Okay, we're not going to talk about the lower railing anymore. At least not in this episode. Now, back to step 38. We've only got one more, or no, I guess two more major pieces here. And there's this one, and then there's the R12 that goes on the top. And then we've got a bunch of piddly little pieces. Okay, now once again we're going to let gravity be our friend. And this has to go, all right, this slot that we see right here, if I can get it where you can see it, goes up. And then the horn plugs into that later. Okay. I should really be zooming in. You're way too far back. Sorry about that. If I don't look up at the monitor, I hardly know what's going on. Yeah, let me just, let's put the macro lens on. That's what we got it for. Okay, I could probably move in a little bit more here, except that this might be one of those cases where a little bit less is actually a little bit more. I'm just noticing now there's a little bit of flashing still going on there. I don't know if that's going to make it so this won't go or not. Let's just try it here. Nope, it's going to go. Nice tight fit. Okay, now let's use our extra thin here. We're going to come up from the bottom. Just let it work its way all the way around. Am I still holding it so you can see it? Let me check the monitor. Oh, not bad. Just let it go all the way down the bottom there underneath. We won't be seeing the bottom anyway. We're going to be viewing it from this side. Okay. Let's let that set there. Well, I want to make sure that it lines up with this. Well, there you can see it oozing out. I think that's going to make a reasonably good fit. Okay, enough poking. R12. I think I should take my hobby knife and just trim the inside of that, because if I'm forcing this in, there's the possibility that I'm going to break my two parts apart at the seam here. So yeah, where's my hobby knife here? Guess I don't need to push stop to do that, do I, or do I? I'll probably cut myself trying to do it on camera. I'm going to just do this off camera, but you get the idea what I'm going to try and do here. Okay, let's try this again. Yeah. There we go. Almost don't need glue. But we will use glue. Now, is there any reason why I can't glue this on now? Because it's the type of part that will not come off later. Okay, there we go. Now, I am just sort of debating about our horn here. I want it to be a different color, or a different shade of gray. I don't know, is gray a color? Okay, yeah, I probably want to have it the 66, and the same thing with some of these other little small parts, the other two small parts that are going to go on there. Maybe Tony's tweezers are just a little bit too heavy duty again. I like to use them though because they're easy for me to squeeze and hold on to, and they don't hurt the part, but it just can't quite get it into the right place there. So we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Once again, we'll stick on the macro lens. Okay, this time I am moved in as close as I can get with the macro lens. Now I think that's going to fit okay. If I wouldn't drop it, that is. Let's just moisten the hole there. And I know you can't see it being done, but I'm doing the same thing with the peg. Okay, that way when I drop it in place here, it should all meld together nicely. Okay, so my thinking is now that I'll just spray everything with the 19, and then later on I'll take the little brush with some 66 on it or whatever I decide to use and do it later. I want to make sure that this is down. Is there flashing on the top of that horn? I almost see it like there's a seam line or something there. Okay. Aussie Frenchman, you're the flashing policeman. Is there flashing on there? See if I can put a little bit of pressure on that and get it down. Just doesn't seem to. Oh, maybe that's it. Now, about our pizza ingredients. Yeah, well, you know what? We'll be talking about the cost of the pizza tomorrow. Because tomorrow, well, you know what day it is, right? And we still got a little bit more to do here. All right. Once again, I should have the macro lens on. But I think we're probably going to save that for the next episode. We got to put this piece of photo etch. Let's get it the right orientation to the manual here. Okay, that goes there. And this piece here has to go with that bump, you might call it. Or is that a bump, or is it, well, maybe that's, no, that's not what we glue it to. That's actually a part. I think if we get in really close, we're going to see that this has detail on it. And I don't want to lose that detail if I can help it. And then that piece is going to, this piece here is going to get mounted in here, and it is keyed, if you remember. So there's only one way that it is supposed to go. So in other words, don't think I have to drill this hole out and make it round so that this will fit better. I guess you know what I'm trying to say here. Well, you know what I'm trying to say is I think we're probably done for today. As I mentioned earlier, there's something else I want to work on. Will I take the camera down into the workshop? Probably not. Probably not, sorry. I just want to get that stupid seat finished. You know, otherwise, if I don't get at it, the summer's going to be over, and it could be that next summer, after I've made the seat during the winter, I won't be able to ride the bike anyway. So who knows, right? We don't know how things are going to go. Let's just enjoy it as it comes, as we can enjoy it, or are capable of enjoying it. Okay, I'm starting to lose my train of thought here, sort of. So thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we're going to see you tomorrow.